We're here with car number 80, Carmen Griffith. Carmen, I haven't seen this vehicle out here yet this year. Have you raced it?
No, this is the first time out here. It's points champion 2 years in Phoenix, Manzanita, though.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah.
Have you raced it up in Phoenix yet this year?
Yeah. I've got 2 other cars at home, too, but they're not legal out here, so we're going to start running this one out here.
How are you doing in Phoenix with this?
We do real good.
Car handling real well?
I hope it handles as good out here.
As it does up in Phoenix.
I hope so.
What do you think of the racetrack? The facilities?
They've done a real good job out here, and the attitude's changed a lot, and I think they're going to do real good.
You weren't out here last night, were you?
No, we didn't want to take a chance on breaking anything till today.
Uh-huh.
So if we're going to break, we'll break today.
We had a full house out here last night. I'll tell you what, they were packed in there.
I'm sure it's going to get a lot better, too.
Carmen, who's sponsoring you this year?
Merriman's Southwest Tire, and then Airport Signs is sponsoring the signs. And other than that, there's no other sponsors on this car.
Tell us a little bit about this car, you know, the time that you put into it, what kind of engine you're running, and so forth.
We bought the car in Phoenix off a guy, Larry Price, and he put all the work into it, really. We've really not done much of anything to it. It's a Chevrolet early model Monte Carlo. We hope it handles as good down here as it does up there.
Word has it this was a champion car at one time?
Not for me, but
for you, huh?
It's a 2-year points championship car up there.
So you from Phoenix?
No, I'm from Tucson. I live down by the airport, and I've raced out here for 3 years until they closed the track down. And we just decided it's a nice track, and people's attitudes are nice, so we're going to start racing here again.
Real good. Glad to have you. What does Carmen Griffith do in his off time when he's not out here racing at Raven Raceway?
I work full-time for Montgomery Ward, fixing everything they sell.
Are you a married fella?
Yes.
Got any kids?
2 step-kids.
And what does your wife think about your racing career?
If you were racing, what would your wife think about it?
That was somewhat of a dumb question, wasn't it? Is she behind you, though?
Yeah, she stands as far behind me as she can get. She's over in the stands.
Stands far behind you as she can
This
get.
is my hobby, you know. She's not really into racing that much, but I am. I have been for a long time, and I'm planning on staying into it.
Have you been out here yet to see the races?
Yes, I have. And
what do you think about the competition? Is it as rough as they say it is? Or?
Well, I'll find out today. I haven't raced with these guys down here yet, so we'll find out
Guys
today.
and gals, and the gals
That's right.
are doing a pretty good job out there.
I know. I have raced with some of the girls before when they raced here at the other track, and you have to give them a lot of respect. They'll get out there and do it with us, you know.
They're doing a good job. Well, good luck to you today, Carmen, and keep her in a safe lane.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm here with John Banks in NASCAR Charger number 49. John, I've been watching you the last few weeks. I've got you announced up there as the sleeper car. You're doing a good job of driving out there. You start off in the back a few times from the pill draw, and all of a sudden I see you moving toward the front. This thing seems to be handling pretty good. Is that true?
It's different every week, and I'm new, and I'm working it out, and it's just, I don't know what I'm doing in the car. The car's got so many things to be changed, but it's settling down.
It's settling down.
A little bit, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, I've seen you a couple times just sneak right on by about 3 cars, and just, you know, you just keep on getting up there closer and closer.
Well, it's hard. You set up a setting for the, like when you mud pack and you're in first heat, it's wet, and you got to have one set up.
And it gets drier and drier.
It gets drier. By the main, you can't handle it at all unless you make a change, and you got to know what you're doing. And I don't, but I'm doing a lot of guessing, and I'm guessing pretty good at
You look pretty good out there to me. Who do we have here, your pit man?
Yeah, this is Wayne,
I'm the only pit man that he needs. See? I'm the tire changer. He blew one right out of the chutes last night. How many laps you go? 1.5?
1 lap.
One lap and blew a tire.
New one.
Brand new tire.
Brand new one. See that?
Did somebody hit you when you blew it?
I tagged the wall.
Oh, did you?
Tagged the wall off.
I told him last night you had his game, though, because I was listening.
Were
to
you
him.
listening
And
to
while
him?
he's out there, and he come in, and I told him.
I said, watch this guy number 45. He looks like a sleeper out there. Banks Transmission, is that your own business?
Yeah, that's mine.
And that's who's sponsoring you this year? You have any other sponsors beside Banks?
El Campo is doing some.
El Campo Tire?
They did a lot of work for us for nothing, and appreciate it, you know. They're good people over there, 22nd Country Club.
22nd and Country Club. How's the car running? Is it running good? Or have you had any problems with the power plant at all?
No, I got a lot of power. I just can't get it hooked up, and I can't, you know. I got a bunch of motor there. There's the old motor goes. It's kind of old, but it's working good.
It's working good.
Working good.
You're running automatic in this car?
Yeah, it's an automatic.
How about the competition out there? How do they look to you this year?
I think we're all pretty well evenly matched. You know, there's two or three.
I think so.
Two or three or four of them that's pretty tough, but yeah, everybody's out for a good time. So far, we're all doing good.
Those gals are doing a pretty good job, aren't they?
Yeah, everybody's doing pretty good. Everybody's pretty good.
We'll be ready for him today. We got a secret weapon back here.
Well, it's a secret, so you're not going to tell us, right?
I can't tell you, man.
Can't tell us. Well, John Banks, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Looking forward to a great year, and I know you are.
Oh, yeah.
And keep her safe tonight. Don't hit the wall.
Oh, I try.
Okay.
Really?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You're a nice guy, John.
Thank you.
I'm here with Jerry Foley in one of the off-road vehicles out here this afternoon. Jerry, this car looks a little bit bigger than some of the guys, is it?
Yeah, it is a little bigger. It's a lot different class. It's a desert class, and these guys are mostly short course, and so we run a lot more miles, and they run a lot quicker.
What kind of money are we talking about invested in this automobile?
Oh, something like this, just to build it straight up from the start, you got anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 nowadays.
Is that right?
It gets up there.
$40,000. My
Yeah.
goodness. Who are some of your sponsors you have sponsoring the car?
My father and company is Foley Tile, Foley Incorporated, Black's Dynamic Engines, Barlow's Janitorial, Loose Dirt Racing Products does the prep on it, and that's about it.
Are you from Tucson?
Yeah, I'm from Tucson. I'm born here.
And what do you do for a living when you're not out racing?
We own Foley Tile, Concrete, and Masonry,
Oh.
so we keep real busy with contracting.
Are you married?
Nope.
Not married. Got a girlfriend?
Yep. Standing over there with the camera on right now.
No. Are we engaged yet?
No.
Not yet, huh? Better not say that too loud. You might give her some ideas, huh? Have you raced this vehicle yet out here at Raven Raceway this year?
No, I haven't. We raced at another short course race in California. It was a lot bigger track, and we got third. That was the World Championships, and they're coming back one more time this year, so hopefully we'll do a little better.
How's the car handling?
Real well, real well. We just won a race in Mexico, Mexico 250, and we won that overall in class, so hopefully we'll do some good out here.
How much work is involved during the week, putting this thing back together or maintenance or whatever?
It takes about a good week to get them back together after a big race. Other than that, hopefully we won't break too much today.
Good. Okay, Jerry, nice talking with you. Keep her in a safe lane out in the middle of the track this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right. Wayne Green in 1629, the off-road vehicle. Wayne, you put on a whale of a show last time you guys were out here. I seen you going around the track, and to my surprise, you lost that right, I believe it was the right front tire.
Yeah,
And
that's what it was.
And you kept on going. No
Okay.
yellow flag, nothing.
And these cars, you run until it quits, until it won't move no more.
If I'm not mistaken, you placed second in that race.
Third.
Third?
Yeah.
Came in third.
Uh-huh.
It looked like when you came back around in the next lap, did you know you lost the tire when it came off?
I knew something was wrong, but I from the driver's seat, I can't see the front tire with the short one, so I really didn't know what was going on until for a while. Then I seen the wheel come up.
When you came around on that next lap after you lost the tire was laying there. Did you see the tire in there?
No, I wasn't looking for the tire.
It looked like you were headed right for the tire from up in the stands, and that you were going to wipe yourself out on your own tire. So.
No, I was concentrating on keeping the speed up, trying to maintain my position at that time.
Okay, you're saying that you lost that tire and knew something was wrong, but you didn't know it was a tire. Was the car handling?
Yeah, it was
fairly
handling
good?
fairly well, but like I said, I knew there was something wrong. You know, it's hard to drive with no front wheel, no front tire. It was making a lot of noise. I wasn't real sure till, like I said, I seen the wheel come up, no tire on it, so then I knew it was wrong.
Wayne, what does it feel like when you go over those jumps and you go way up in the air, and what does it feel like when you hit the ground? It just bounce the daylights out of you, or your insides, or tell us how it
Sometimes
feels.
it does if you get too high up in the air and the car bottoms out. It's pretty rough, but normally it's not too bad. The car suspension set up right. It's a pretty smooth ride. It does jolt you a little bit, but not real severe. Not as bad as it looks. You got a good seat and good safety belts, and you're pretty comfortable.
Okay, when you take off, say, when you're going onto one of those hills.
Mhm.
Are you sort of like facing up into the sun or up into the sky?
Yeah, somewhat. You hope that's the way you are. You hope the front end stays up. The front end starts coming down. The bumper hits the ground, and that's bad news. You wind up on your lid upside down several times when you endo like that.
Is that right? What's the Lizard car going to do out there this afternoon?
Well, we got some real stiff competition this race.
Yes.
A lot more than the last one. We're going to try to hold them off. See if my little motor will do it again. We'll find out.
Okay. Good luck to you today, Ray.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Mike Malt.
I'm here with John Nault in 556, one of the off-road vehicles. What do you call this? Volkswagen.
Someone else's car.
Somebody else's
Yeah,
car.
this
Where's
is
your
my
car?
car.
Oh, okay. Car number 33. Okay, John, you look like you got a clean machine here. What kind of engine you running in here?
Capri.
A Capri?
Capri. Ford Capri.
Have you done anything to the internal part of it?
Yeah, it's got quite a bit in it. It's actually a 2285.
2285. How's the car been handling? How have you been doing with it?
I've never driven the car before. We finished it 2 days ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you a rookie?
Yeah, so to speak. I've been in motocross for a few years. I've never raced a car.
Never raced off-road, though. How do you think you're going to do out there today?
I think I'm going to do good.
What's your expectations? I mean, what are you going to try to do? Are you going to try
I'm
to
going to try to win.
Are you?
Do or
First time
die.
out, do or die. You're not
Do or
going to
die.
just hold her on the outside.
Nah.
Are you
no.
nervous?
Nah, a little bit. Yeah, I got a little bit of butterflies.
Well, let me tell you, once that green flag comes out,
Oh, it'll all go away.
It'll all go away. You won't have time to think about it. What kind of suspension do you have on something like this?
This car is fairly well stock. It's got 12.5 inches of suspension with kind of cheap shocks, rough country on the back, and Bilstein on the front. Nothing major.
For a guy that's rookie out here this afternoon, it seems like you know quite a bit about these. Have you been around them a lot?
Yeah, I've been around with them a lot. I hang around at Tough Off-Road all the time. They kind of sponsor me, so I learn a lot down there.
Have you pitted with some of the other fellas?
Yeah, I pit with them all the time. That's who these people are.
What do you think of the racetrack out there?
I like it.
Have you
Little
been out
muddy.
there yet?
No,
Not
I
yet.
walked it, but
You
I
walked
wasn't
it.
really out there.
You get out there and mud pack it a little bit
Yeah.
this afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be muddy.
Well, good luck to you this afternoon, and stay in a safe lane. We'll be watching for
All
you.
right,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you. I'm here with Butch Roper in 554. Butch, this is a Volkswagen. What do you guys call this type
It's
of
a
racing?
Class 516 off-road short course.
What kind of engine?
We run a basic stock 1600 cc displacement, wing cam,
Can
valve spring, stuff like that. Stock single port, stock carburetor. Pretty limited. Suspension is limited front and rear. We can't do a whole lot of travel trick stuff, but it's a low budget class.
Can you put something like a big bore kit in here?
No, cannot.
It's got to be stock, huh?
1600 cc's. Stock carburation, like I said, it's limited, but they go pretty good for being a limited, especially on this short course stuff. We're working first, second gear, and it just screams.
It just screams.
We got lots of low-end torque there.
How you been doing this year?
This year, this is my second race. I raced, 3 weeks ago, and that
3
was
weeks
it.
ago.
Yeah. I broke at Sonoyta Rocky Point last December. Had to put a new transaxle in, and so now I started buying the parts. I'm putting a bus in it, get it over with and do it right.
Oh, is that right? I noticed that your seats, like your driver's seat's leaning way back. Is that the way it is during
Well,
the race?
I like them that way. It's comfortable.
Are you laying back like that?
Not
when you-
really as much as it appears that I'm laying back.
Does that help you on the jumps?
I'm comfortable. That's what counts, I guess.
Does that help you on the jumps?
Oh, I
when
wouldn't say it helps or hurts. But
what's this little dealie I see? This gizmo right over here on the side of.
where? This?
Is that where you feel her up?
That's my
Or?
fuel dumper. Dumps into about a 3-inch hole, so it dumps quick out in the desert when we're racing. We like to get filled up and going again.
Yeah, fuel cells in
Yeah,
there?
fuel cell. It's a 17-gallon cell.
And who's sponsoring you this year?
I sponsor myself, and then Tough Off-Road, and Amsoil. Ron Brenton, my buddy, he buys my oil.
Any predictions for this afternoon's race?
Well, I hope I win it.
You hope you win it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were close 3 weeks ago, and we broke the front end. We're going to do our best today.
Good. Well, good luck. Good luck to
you.
you out there this week, and
Thank you.
good luck to you the rest of the year, Butch. Okay.
You guys.
We only got, right now we've got 6 May pick up some more torque. It goes right now, we're probably running 2 each and a feature. So it isn't going to take very long with the
down it if you want anything. I think
Got his high tops on tonight. Now he's got them boots on again.
Got my working boots
Got
on.
your working boots. Your kicker boots.
Is George already over there? I guess he is.
George
huh?
walked on over there. Are you ready, George?
He's ready. Go ahead, Jack.
Ladies
Everybody
and
please
gentlemen,
stand up.
would you please stand up, take off your hats, and sing along with us our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to change this floor mat. I would like to tell you that. I'll keep it brief and short, but the off-road racing program is going to be changed. We're going to run it on Friday nights starting in about 4 weeks. We're going to move to three-wheelers, quads, and motorcycles with this program. We're working with 2 different organizations right now. Within the next probably 4 to 5 weeks, we'll have a schedule printed out, but we're going to move it to Friday nights, and Friday nights will be strictly for off-road. We're putting new lights up on the towers, so it'll be a nighttime show. We're going to keep the same admission price of $5 for Friday nights all through the summer, and the Chargers are going to be moving to Saturday nights with the late model NASCARs. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll have a lot of schedules out. We'll get them out for all of you that have been asking questions when they are going to run again. I believe it's the 31st, if I'm not mistaken, the next time the off-road cars will run, but the Chargers are going to be running with the late models from now on. So we're going to get right into the program this afternoon. Go ahead and run the Chargers. We got a good field of off-road cars. They are putting on a heck of a show out here. I think you'll really enjoy it. For those of you who haven't seen it before, keep your eyes glued. We changed the course today, or they changed it during the week, developed some different type of jumps on it, so we're going to see what happens with the course today. Have a good time. We'll see you later.
Thank you, Dave Manis, for all that you've done out here at Raven Raceway. And yes, we are getting ready. I see the cars lined up in the pits, getting ready to come out here. And our first event this Sunday afternoon, a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Raven Raceway. On the outside of the pole position, your starter, David Fox, going to be leading them on around. Owner Ronnie Ayers, sponsored by Deem Computer Repair. On the outside of David Fox, in the car number 34, Jim Williams. In the second row on the inside pole, the car number 72 from Tucson, sponsored by Banks Transmission, Engine, etc. It's the car number 72, Jesse Brown. On the outside of Jesse, the car number 36, sponsored by Duff's Auto Off-Road, Automobile Recyclers, McCluskey & Sons Electric, Butch McCluskey. As George Camp has the yellow flag out. And he's going to give him one more time around, I believe. In the third row, on the inside, car number 69 from Tucson, David Henkin. On the outside of David, in the car number 22 from Tucson also, sponsored by Big O, Paul's Automotive. Looking for sponsors, the car number 22, Sheila Vanhoff. On the fourth row, on the inside, the car number 49 from Tucson, sponsored by Banks Transmission, John Banks. On the outside of the fourth row, the car number 1 from Tucson, sponsored by El Campo Tire, Auto Recyclers, TJ's Floor Covering, and Pennzoil, the car number 1, John Van Horn. Bringing up the rear in the car number 86 from Tucson, Golden Eagle Distributor, sponsoring also the Brassfield Auto Parts car, Sneak Joint and Bar and Grill, car number 86, Don McMerrick. On the outside of Don, the car number 94, Michelle Gibson. And that's our first heat here in the NASCAR Chargers division. Off the number 4 corner they come. George Camp looks at him and says, nope, not yet. Got to get him bunched up just a little bit. Slow it down, David Fox, and bring him around a little slower. First heat race here at Raven Raceway this beautiful sunny afternoon. This is going to be 8 laps in the NASCAR Charger division. As the water truck wets down that track in the center. Getting a little dusty out there a little earlier on. Okay, David Fox in the car number 0. The Smurf car leads him on around, number 3. Brings him a little bit slower this time. They look bunched up real nice. Off the number 4 corner they come. George Camp gives him the green flag, and we're on the green. David Fox jumping out in front. Butch McCluskey coming into 2nd place right off the top. And Butch trying to throw out that line and reel in David Fox. In 3rd place is Jim Williams and Butch McCluskey creeping up on David. Both of them staying on the inside. McCluskey right behind him. Track still a little bit muddy. David Henkin running 3rd, but being challenged by Jesse Brown in the car number 72 as Jesse goes way wide toward the wall. Look out, Jesse! And Jesse losing ground. John Banks in that car number 49, like I told you earlier, trying to creep up on him. We've got a spin out in turn number 4, and the yellow flag comes out for the first time this afternoon. As Jim Williams loses her in turn number 4. David Fox, your current leader, being challenged by Butch McCluskey in that 36 car. And we'll sort them out and let you know who the rest of the guys are and gals. David Fox in the car number 0, leading them on around. In 2nd place, car number 36, Butch McCluskey, followed by Dave Henkin in 69 in 3rd. And Jesse Brown is supposed to be up there in 4th. And let's see what happens. And David Fox trying to jump way out in front of everybody. But no green flag this time. Okay, your leader, David Fox, brings him on around. Let's see what George Camp does this time. As he looks at him in single file, going into turn number 3. David Fox creeping. I believe he's going to kick it up right about now, and he does. Faster and faster he goes. George Camp lets the green flag fly, and we're back in the racing action once again. Butch McCluskey coming on the inside of David Fox. David going a little bit wide. Butch holding around the inside, but cannot overtake him. Uh-oh, here comes McCluskey side by side along with Fox, and nope, he doesn't get him yet, but he got him now. And Butch McCluskey is now your new leader, but he's going way wide. David Fox, he saw him back inside. Look out, they hit each other coming down the front chute. But both doing a fine job of driving by hanging right in there. David Henkin in the car number 69 running third. And Butch McCluskey having a little handling problems coming out of that number 2 turn. And takes somewhat of a substantial lead against McCluskey. Fox does. Fox looking real good as he comes through number 4. McCluskey right on his tail. David Henkin trying to throw out that line and reel in McCluskey. And let's see if he has enough horses to do it. And here comes John Banks in that car number 49, challenging David Henkin for that 3rd position. Right behind him, Sheila Van Hoff in 22. Here comes your leader, David Fox, followed by Butch McCluskey. And David goes into the infield but brings it back out. Woo, that was close. McCluskey trying desperately to catch Fox. And can he do it? As they go into turn number 3, Fox turns into the corner, keeps it on the inside. McCluskey trying to get him on the inside, but goes wide. And look at him slipping and sliding out there this afternoon. Lap 5 gone by. 3 more to go. John Banks trying to catch up to Henkin. 3 more laps to do it. You better get up there, John. What a battle for first place now. David Fox, the car number 0. McCluskey bringing it on the inside and cannot hold it in there to catch up to David. And David hanging on all over this track this afternoon. John Banks trying to hold it into the center of the track. In and out he goes. And if McCluskey's going to do it, he better do it real soon because George Camp's got that white flag in his hand. And you know what that means. 1 more lap to go. And David Fox gets the white flag along with McCluskey in 2nd place. David Henkin running 3rd with John Banks running side by side. Look out, Banks into the infield and back up. And we're going to have a head-on collision. No, just missed him over there. Well, unless McCluskey can hold her on the inside, it looks like David's going to have this one. Yep. David slipping and sliding into the infield. Back up. Watch the wall. Slides across to the finish line. Holy moly. What a race. Butch McCluskey almost won that race. And here comes David Henkin in 69 taking 3rd, followed by Sheila Van Hoff in the car number 22, also doing a fine job of racing this afternoon. My goodness, David Fox looks like he wants to run with the off-road guys this afternoon. Whew. Was that exciting or what? Who said what? That was a good race. Okay, we're getting ready for our 2nd heat in the NASCAR Charger division. And this will be another exciting race. That was some good racing. That's what racing's all about. Right down to the finish. I'll tell you what, I thought David was going to lose it there. The car number 15, sponsored by Gary's Towing, Discount Tire, Bud's Outback. Oh, lucky Bob Pennington on the outside of Bob in the car number 17 from Tucson, sponsored by Pro Tire and Wheel, Hall's Mobile Home. The car number 17, Kirk Hall, on the inside of the 2nd row in the car number 2 with the nickname running, sponsored by RTT Transmissions, Lou's Mobile Big O, car number 2, Todd Izzo. On the outside of the 2nd row, sponsored by Campbell Pontiac and Metro Oil and Don's Exxon, the car number 18, Pamela Fetter. In the 3rd row, in the car number 80, from Tucson, sponsored by Airport Signs. This car is from Phoenix, or it was bought from Phoenix. The car number 80, Carmen Griffith. on the outside of Carmen in the car number 19. Right behind his wife from Tucson, also sponsored by Cavedo Pontiac Metro Oil and Don's Exxon, John Fetter in the 4th row. On the inside, the car number 71 from Tucson, Ed Fine. Right next to Ed on the 4th row from Tucson, the car number 99, Larry Artman. And bringing up the rear in the car number 26 from Tucson, sponsored by Mobile Transport, Brad Marvel, the car number 26, Lee Kington. And on the outside pole position in the rear, the car number 45 from Tucson, Bob Altieri, as they come around on their pace lap. Fine-looking automobiles, the Fetters, the Penningtons, the Griffins, the Hartmans, the Kingtons, all of them out there. And there's a president out there of the off-road guys painting a stripe line, or a line out there. Listen, remind me, I hope you don't paint the lines down Speedway, because that don't look too straight. Okay, as they come around, number 3 corner, George Camp yelling at the audience. Keep your eye on the cars, George. Okay, having a little fun. Off the number 4 corner they come. George Camp gives them the green flag, and we're back into racing again. Kirk Hall jumping right out in front. John Fetter, or Pamela Fetter, being pushed by Bob Pennington. And Pamela in 3rd place into the infield and back out on the track, doing a good job. Your leader, Kirk Hall, followed by Bob Pennington. In 3rd place, John Fetter. In 4th place, Pamela Fetter. Oh, look out in the infield, car number 80, bring her back in. And there goes 45 spinning out in the number 4 corner. And we've got to spin out. Let's see if we can get it back going. Back. What's he doing, George? I don't know. Get into the infield. Get it going, fella. Go. And that saved us a yellow flag. Your current leader, Kirk Hall in the car number 17, followed by Bob Pennington in 15, John Fetter in 19, and Ed Fine running 4th. And Bob Pennington putting the moves on Kirk Hall as he goes way wide. Look out for the wall, John. Or Bob. John and Bob. And Kirk Hall still holding the lead. And we've got a spin out at car number 45 in the number 4 corner. Once again, having his problems handling that this afternoon. Kirk Hall in the car 17. Bob Pennington side by side. And out comes the yellow flag as Bob Pennington goes way wide again, overtakes Kirk Hall. But the yellow flies once again here at Raven this afternoon. And there goes number 2 car, and that's Todd Izzo into the infield. And there's a tire sitting in the turn number 4. And that looks like Todd Izzo's tire. I believe that's why Todd is sitting there spinning his back wheel. Wondering, how come this vehicle's not moving? Not very funny, though, Todd. I understand that. So Todd Izzo losing a wheel in the number 4 corner. And unlike the off-road guys, you don't run with 3 wheels in this division. Kirk Hall, your current leader, followed by Bob Pennington. Now, the reason Bob Pennington is not in first, even though he wasn't first there for a moment, is because the yellow flag went out and 1 lap was not completed with him under the green flag. So he has to revert back to 2nd place. So it's just like you see him out there. Kirk Hall in the car number 17, your current leader, followed by Bob Pennington in the car number 15. John Fetter in 3rd place. Ed Fine in 4th place. And Ed being challenged by Carmen Griffith in the car number 80. Right behind Carmen, Pamela Fetter, John's wife, in the car number 18. So Gary's towing, always doing such a great job. I just can't say enough about these guys. Gary's towing, puts the hook on Todd Izzo, and we'll try to get the track cleared here and get back into racing action. I'll tell you, are you folks hot out there? I'll tell you, this air conditioner up in this booth, it's just so beautiful up here. The only problem is I brought this air conditioner out here and it doesn't work. So you guys are cooler than we are up here. I thought I'd make you feel bad just for a moment. Kirk Hall leads him around in the car number 17. George Camp looks at him. Off the number 4 corner they come. And we're on the green. Bob Pennington jumping up front of Kirk Hall down the front chute, taking over the lead. John Fetter on the outside being overtaken by Ed Fine, and Ed jumping in the 3rd place. Fetter going wide, trying to pass Fine on the back chute as Bob Pennington in that 15 car goes way wide on the number 4 corner, but brings her back inside. And here comes Ed Fine, going to try to put his moves on Kirk Hall. And Fetter right behind Fine. And look at Carmen Griffin catching up to Fetter on that back chute. We've got a battle for 4th place. Carmen Griffin and John Fetter. And Carmen squeezing on the inside. And nope, can't do it. So he goes on the outside and a little bit too wide. And Fetter holds it in there. Here later, Bob Pennington. Ed Fine in 71, trying to get around Kirk Hall. Just can't quite do it. As they go down the back chute, Kirk Hall on the inside. Ed Fine on the outside. Just doesn't have the horses right now. Ed Fine goes way wide as Kirk Hall holds it on the inside. If Ed can keep her on the inside, he just might be able to pass Kirk. Your current leader, Bob Pennington, in at car number 15. There goes Ed Fine once again, holding her in just a little bit in the groove. As they go down the back chute, nope, he can't get him yet. He goes way wide as they go through number 4 corner. George Camp's got the white flag out. Here they come side by side. Ed Fine overtakes Kirk Hall in the car number 71. One more lap to go. White flag out. Your 2nd place car, Ed Fine in the car number 71. Kirk Hall running 3rd. Here they come off the number 4 corner. Bob Pennington leads him out around. Bob going way wide. Ed Fine trying to squeeze inside. No, he's not going to catch him. And your winner of this 2nd heat here in the NASCAR division is Bob Pennington. Doing a fine job of driving in 2nd place, Ed Fine. And right behind Ed in the car number 17, Kirk Hall. Oh, boy. Exciting racing here in the NASCAR division this afternoon. Well, folks, here he comes. Your winner of the 2nd heat race here in the NASCAR Charger. Give him a big hand. 15, Bob Pennington. Two good races here in the Charger division. And more to come. Got our main event in the Charger division coming up. And now we're going to get into some more serious race action.
Call it, you know, they have a different structure to the off-road races, but I guess you'd call it the same as what you'd call a heat race in the NASCAR cars.
And they all start from a standstill.
Right.
Am I correct?
Right. They don't get a running start at all. They drop the flag and let
go
off the clutch. Stand on the
boy. I'll tell you what, race fans, you're in for some exciting racing coming up here. And we've got a lot more cars out here than we had last time, and some fellows from California that's raced out there and just all over. I'm looking forward to this.
There's only one thing I can say. We got to talk these guys into getting bigger numbers on these cars so we can read them. They get out there in the dust. We need to get the big old numbers on the side or something so we can see
bigger numbers
what.
or supply the fans with binoculars.
There we go.
Okay, there's your flag man out there, huh?
Getting them lined up.
Oh, he just lets them go, huh?
Number 2, 106 and 106 takes off. Those are some nasty jumps right in there.
Boy, they sure are. And that's the hairpin turns you're going into right now. Am I correct by saying that?
Yeah, that's about as hairpin as you want coming up here.
Look at them all bunched up in there.
Now look at, we got one whoop almost on the side there. I'll tell you, when they get all grouped up in there and they got to make them jumps, man, that takes some tough navigating right there.
When they touch wheels, will that flip them?
They can climb up on a wheel just like a sprint car or a midget and just go flying.
Oh, is that right? Well, there's
I'm
the
sorry,
leader.
that's the 105 car.
105
See,
car.
I told you they need bigger numbers.
That's
Brad
Campbell. Yeah.
From Tucson. And that number 2 car is a Phoenix car right behind him, Larry Nole. As you watch these guys, put yourself in their position. That's got to be a lot of work out there on that course. Brad Campbell still holding them strong. Larry Nole is breathing right down his neck, though.
And that's Tim Knight, that car number 14. He's running third and trying to catch up to Larry. Look at him jump over them hills. My goodness.
Brad Campbell still holding on. It looks like he better really hold on.
Oh, look at that.
Larry Nole's going to give him a tough race. Larry's a good driver. Both those guys are real experienced drivers and got some real nice cars.
He's right on his tail, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Looking for the right place to make his move.
Now watch his car number 213. He's back in the pack, but that's an awful long wheelbase car to be running this track, and he's doing a real good job.
Yes, he is.
Albert Bright out there trying to get run over. He's doing a good job also.
Trying to get run over?
Yeah. By the way, Albert Bright is one of the people that put this together, and he's doing an excellent job. Albert works at Carey's Automotive out on the freeway.
Now on his straightaways, is this where he tries to overtake him or into the turns? Oh, he just overtook him.
Larry Nole takes the lead. Brad Campbell going to try to get back in there. Now both these front runners are Phoenix cars.
And he's got himself a good lead right now.
Yeah.
But perhaps not for long. Okay, now this guy just went way out. Now they don't disqualify him for something like that.
No, as a matter of fact, look at number 7 was right front wheel. What right front wheel? That appears to be Tony Campanella. I've got the wrong number up here, but I hope you got a good tire sponsor there, Tony.
Is his tire flat or?
The tire is completely gone off the wheel.
Another one gone off the wheel. Look at him kick up the dust as they come down those jumps.
We still got the 2 front runners from Phoenix. Gary Dirks is in 2nd place, and Larry Nole in 1st, and they're both charging real hard. Tell you, with all this dust and all these cars, this type of course, it's kind of hard to see who's doing what. Here comes the number 7 without the front wheel, or without the front tire, rather. He's still got the wheel.
Oh, that's that number 1 car, Brad. That's Tony Campanella.
Tony Campanella.
Campanella. Another car riding this race without a wheel. I don't believe it. And just plugging along.
You know, these cars, the way they're built, though, most of the weight's in the back, so they can get away with that. I've even seen them run without a back wheel.
Is that right?
But that's a little tougher on them. You know, the front wheels are just, if they stand on the gas hard enough, they lift that thing off the ground.
Okay. Now, where in the world did his wheel go? That's what I'd like to know. It's out there somewhere. Tony Campanella. How do you pronounce that last name?
Tony Campanella is the way it's written
Tony Campanella.
Here. Oh, number 47 almost getting on his side. Gary Dirks is giving him a run for the money in 2nd place there.
These guys mean business out there this afternoon.
They sure do.
Look at them fly. Oh. Now, what do those two white lines mean right out front?
That's a good question, Jack.
Okay.
Albert put them out there, and
for
I've
some
been
reason,
wondering that.
Looks like some kind of measurement line. He's trying to measure them on their jumps this afternoon. Some of the fellows not quite making it to the second line.
Could be that that's where they're supposed to land, and they're getting scored on this. Ah, look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that California guy. Or that guy that raced out in California. He cleared that thing like nothing. And these two guys getting tangled up. Oh, over the front end of this car he went, that car number 14.
It looks like we got number 105's got an oil leak or something. He's smoking pretty bad.
He's smoking real bad. Wonder if he's having his engine problems this afternoon.
See, the way they bounce around like this, anything can come loose, and you got oil splattering all over the place. Is probably what happened. Now
up into the air.
These two Phoenix cars here, number 2 and number 47, are built especially for this short course. These are not desert cars. These are short course cars. So they're a little more agile on this track than like the number 213, which is quite long.
So they have somewhat of an advantage on this course than they would on a longer course.
Right.
Look at him fly on into the, well, I can't say the infield. He was headed for the ambulance at car number 107, but he brought her back onto the track.
Wayne Green's still in there running good.
And Tony still driving this race without a right front tire. Just pop that thing right up.
Sometimes that kind of tenacity, though, will get you up in the front 5 when it comes to the finish line. So
tenacity, that's a big word. That's not in my vocabulary.
I have no idea what it means. But
I don't either, but it sounded good.
Yeah, it sounded great.
Hello.
There's so much dust out there, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure that these still have the same leaders. Number 2, Larry Nole. Right behind him, number 47, Gary Dirks. Both out of Phoenix.
Well, the white flag is out and the checker flag goes out right now.
There it is.
The car number 2, I believe.
Larry Nole, car number 2. Gary Dirks running second. And still no front tire for number 1.
And still no front tire. As the checker flag is out. And these guys are still competing.
Did you notice the suspension on some of these cars? Really watch it, and it must travel. Some of these have like 12 to 14 inches of wheel travel. That's the only way it enables them to go over this rough course like that. And still stay on 4 wheels, that is.
That's got to bang up the kidneys quite a bit in a race like this. And oh boy, did they kick up the dust out there. How'd you guys like that, huh? That was some good racing out there. Oh, yes, sir. And we've got more coming your way.
Later on, we might even find out what the 5 and the 10 means out there, the lines that were put down by Albert Bright.
Well, let's see. Maybe 5 would get you 10. No.
10 will get, well, there's no 20 out there.
There's no 20. Hey, let's give that guy in the car number 1 a good hand for driving his whole race without a tire. That's Tony.
Tony Campanella. Probably looking for a tire sponsor now.
Looking for the, he needs one. Well, you see this truck coming down the front straightaway. It's not red and it's not green, but that's our fire and safety crew out here at Raven Raceway. Fellas, you're doing a great job here. Appreciate you being out here.
You know, one thing that this Tucson Autocross Association is a new organization in Tucson, and they're doing a super job out here on this off-road. They're putting on a real good show. This is a nice course.
What kind of feedback have you got from the fellows? Do they like it out here? Are they excited about coming out to Raven Raceway?
Oh, I think so. You know, you've got your stumbling blocks in the development or trying to put it together, but it's going together well, and I'll tell you, it's a good show to sit out here and watch. Because these guys are really putting on a good show.
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah.
Gary Martinson, or I think it's Ed Martinson taking off in the lead. Number 33, John Nole, right behind him. Now, that's the car that's only 2 days old. This ought to be interesting to see how well John did putting this thing together. So far, he's looking pretty good. Still John Martinson in the lead. John Nole right behind him. Whoa, come on, keep it on the track, John.
Uh-oh.
Number 617 sneaking in there, that's Robert Giblin.
And John Martinson getting his number all dirty, so we're going to have to keep our eye on him.
That's a drawback to these things. The doggone numbers are small, and then when they get dirty, you can't tell who's who. Now, that car, number 57, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that's running the Volkswagen Rabbit engine in it.
Yes.
Which seems to be giving him plenty of power.
And he's taking a good lead as John Nole in a car 33 being challenged for second place.
Now, number 617 is pretty much your conventional Volkswagen-powered buggy, and he does a real good job.
That's Robert Giblin in 617, overtaking John Nole for second position. And Nole trying to creep his way back up. Look at that, how he jumped right in front of him.
Little wheel stand there for John.
Yes, sir. That's some good driving, Brad.
Just think of the adrenaline out there. Them guys are really excited.
I imagine so. And look at that battle for second place. Both of them side by side as they go into the hairpins. And he's losing it a little bit there. Oh, man. He about broadsided that little red bug there.
The little bugs are doing a pretty good job out there, though, Jack. They're hanging right in there.
He's hanging right in there. Look at him. He's challenging him right now.
Looks like he just might take him, too.
And Martinson, our leader, Brad, is just getting a bigger and bigger lead as he goes around. And he's not pulling no punches. He's going for it.
No, it looks like he's just going to run away and leave him. That Larry Vivitow, though, for a bug, he's creeping right up on them buggies. They better watch it.
So John Martinson.
It's about ready to lap number 514, I believe, or 554.
Uh-oh, we've got a rollover.
Whoa!
Right there at that hairpin. I don't have a number
on him. Looks to be
him.
John Nole, 33. That's the new car we were talking about. See if they can get him back on his wheels.
And he's upside down in the front wheel, still spinning around, and they're getting him back up. My goodness, the green flag is still out, and they're just continue racing.
He'll probably start it up and take off again.
If he's not injured, and it doesn't look like he is.
He looks to be in good shape.
Hey, he's okay. That's at car number 11.
Nope, number 33, John Nole.
Oh, was that
back
33?
In the race, yep.
Oh. And he was our second place man, but he's dropping in back of the pack now.
Looks like he's got some front end problems, though, Jack.
Oh, there almost again.
I think you better slow down.
John, no.
He's lost the skid plate. It's tucked under the car. I'm pretty sure that's probably going to put him out of the race.
And he looks like he's through for this race. And a little bit upset, and I don't blame him. And our leader still, John Martinson, in that car number 57 with a big lead. And that's Robert Giblin in 617, still being challenged by Larry Vivitow in that car 559. Larry, a popular driver.
Now, Robert Giblin last time had some problems with his front end, I believe bent a tie rod or something, but he's looking real good today.
And Transmedic Ambulance comes over to check out John Nole to make sure he's okay.
You okay out there, John?
Yep.
Just looks like he's not very happy, but he's okay. Watch 559. He's about ready to take 617 here.
Larry's trying to take Robert. He's going a little bit wide over there in that turn. by the number 1 corner. As they go into the hairpins, it's going to be interesting to see what Larry Vitito tries to make the moves on Robert Giblin. And he's right on his tail and trying to get around him desperately as the checkered flag is out.
John Martinson taking this one away.
And here they come toward the checkered flag. Larry Vitito desperately trying to pass Robert Giblin as they come across. Oh, no, he didn't get him. So Robert Giblin holds on to second place. Larry Vitito in third place in the car 559. Good racing action. Your winner of this off-road event this afternoon, the car number 57, John Martinson. And doing a fine job of driving this afternoon also. All these fellas doing it. I heard you needed a little bit last night, George. No, I'm not talking about that. Was somebody running some of that nitroglycerin out there last night? Huh? They'd never admit it. I know, not nitroglycerin. It's called nitro, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. So we'll be lining them up right now as George Camp climbs off the flag stand and heads toward the back. And we'll be getting underway in just a moment. Pam Fetter in the car number 18 pulling out on the track. So that makes our 17. They all made it out here. Okay, in the car number 4, bringing up the rear, coming in late this afternoon, so he's going to the back of the pack. Sponsored by Perfection Autocraft, Southwest Stucco, Lazy Williams Rebuild, the car number 4 from Tucson, Steve Neff. A car that did not start in the heat race from Tucson, sponsored by El Campbell Tire, Auto Recyclers, TJ's Flooring Cover, Pennzoil, a rookie, the car number 1, John Van Horn. Next to John Van Horn from Tucson, in the car number 99, Larry Artman. In the car number 26 from Tucson, sponsored by Marble Transport and owner Brad Marble, a single guy with 3 kids. The car number 26, Lee Kington. From Tucson, sponsored by Banks Transmission, a married fella. The car number 49, I call him the sleeper, John Banks. In the car number 18, sponsored by Capital Pontiac, Metro Oil, and Don's Exxon. From the Fetter team, car number 18, Pamela Fetter. Another female driver from Tucson, a rookie out here this year, the car number 94, Michelle Gibson. In the car number 80 from Tucson, sponsored by Airport Signs, Carmen Griffith. From Tucson, a Chevy 400C, sponsored by Banks Transmission, Engine, etc. The car number 72, Jesse Brown. another member of the Fetter team out here at Raven Raceway, Pamela's husband from Tucson. The car number 19, sponsored by Athmoth Used Cars, Gary's Towing, Cable Pontiac, Ken Zaxxon, John Fetter. In the car number 22, our third female driver here from Tucson, sponsored by Big O's, Paul's Automotive, CP Electric, and looking for more sponsors, car number 22, Sheila Banghar. From Tucson, sponsored by Pro Tire and Wheel, Hal's Mobile Home, the car number 17, Kirk Hall. Next to Kirk Hall from Tucson, the car number 69, David Hancock. On the outside of the second row, sponsored by Duff's Off-Road, Automobile Recyclers, McCluskey & Sons Electric, the car number 36, Butch McCluskey. On the inside of the second row, sponsored by Gary's Towing, Discount Tire, Bud's Outback, the car number 15, Bob Pennington. On the outside of the front row, owner Ronnie Ayers, sponsored by Dean Computer Repair, the car number 0, David Fox. And on the pole position, going to lead him around this afternoon in the NASCAR Charger division from Tucson, the car number 71, Ed Fine. And there you have it, the lineup for the main event here in Raven Raceway, May 17th, 1987. And gentlemen, as they say in Indianapolis, I should say, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Pam Fetter in the car number 18 won a heat race last week. Let's see what she'll do this week. Got 3 gals out there on the racetrack this afternoon. The first girl here at Raven Raceway to win a main event will also receive an extra $100. So who will that girl be? Pam Fetter, Sheila Van Hoff, or Michelle Gibson? We just might see that happen this afternoon. All right, stand up, folks, and cheer them on to victory as they come on down the front straightaway. George Camp in his green flag, and he waves it, and we're off to racing again. Ed Fine in the car number 71, taking an early lead, and we've got a spin out right away. Don't even make a half a lap. Uh-oh. Pam Fetter in the car number 18, being smacked in the front end and on the side. And the car number 80, Carmen Griffith, having a mishap here on the front chute as the yellow flag flies. And Pam Fetter not too happy about that. Just got that car back together last night. You know, Brad, the reason they have this yellow flag, and when these cars spin out, unlike those off-road vehicles, the speeds are much greater, and, they don't want one of these guys or gals plowing into the door and crashing through the roll cages on these vehicles. They'll hold up, but once you got that driver's door facing the pack, it can be very dangerous. I know the off-road is dangerous, too, but they seem to have that under control.
It appears that Gary himself is going to pull the fender out so she can keep racing there, Jack.
And one of the two, either that or, yep, that's what he's doing, helping her out. Oh, that was nice.
She might be back in the field now. It looks like it's away from the tire enough to race.
Is that Gary himself out there?
That's him.
That's the man. Gary's towing. Pulls the fender out for Pam Fetter. That was nice, Gary. I'll tell you, you just cannot say enough about these guys. That's super. That is super. And it looks like we're going to have a complete restart. Am I correct? Full restart. So we'll try it once again. As David Fox in the car number 0 leading them on around. And Ed Fine either doesn't realize he's supposed to be back up there at the pole. This is his first race, I believe, and he's way in the back. And he's supposed to be up there leading them on around. And if you've ever been in one of these vehicles, you might plan on being in the back too. I would. I was always in the back. Not by choice, though. Okay, Ed Fine back up there, leading them on around. George Camp sticks his finger out and says, some more laps. "16 cars out on the track right now." And George tells them to bring them on around. Is he going green or is he holding up for somebody? Are you going one more, George? 49 went into the pit. One more, 2 more laps. George sticks his 2 fingers out, says 2 more laps around. Ed Fine from Tucson, car number 71. That was more like a splash than a wave. Okay, sick. All right, Ed Fine in the car number 71 leads them around in this 20-lap main event here Sunday. As we all know, no rain in sight. George Camp looks at him as they come around number 3. Off the number 4 corner they come, and they're on the green. Ed Fine leading them on around as Butch McCluskey trying to cut it on the inside. David Fox on the outside taking the lead. And Ed Fine having his troubles as he hits the infield, but making his way back up there. Car number 0, David Fox, your leader, followed by Ed Fine in 71. Running a close third, Butch McCluskey. Right behind Butch, Bob Pennington in the car number 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kirk Hall also right up there. 5 cars battling for the lead. As Ed Fine in 71 having his problems over there in the number 2 corner. David Fox leading them on around. We've got a spin out on the back chute. We've got a battle for 2nd and 3rd. Ed Fine losing a little bit. Butch McCluskey takes him. And Bob Pennington trying to get around Ed Fine in the car number 71. Green flag still out. David Fox leading them on around. Butch McCluskey in 2nd. Being challenged by Bob Pennington. Bob trying to make the moves on McCluskey. And here comes Kirk Hall in the car number 17. Kirk Hall running in 4th place. Ed Fine having his handling problems. Dropping back into 5th. Car number 69 getting back out on the racetrack. Back under power again. David Henkin spinning out on the back chute. Okay, here comes your leader, David Fox. Right on his tail, Butch McCluskey in the car number 36. Bob Pennington trying to catch up to Butch McCluskey. Mickey. Kirk Hall in the car number 17. Running fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be very interesting. Uh-oh, look out there between 3 and 4. We've got to spin out to car number 0 in the mishap. Your leader, David Fox, being pushed out of the way. Oh, my goodness. David Fox, your leader. Look out, David! Whew, that was close. Also, the car number 99, Larry Artman, spinning out, trying to get back into it. And David Fox, your leader, dropping back. Oh, I'm going to get it up here yet today. Butch McCluskey, your current leader in the car number 36, followed by Bob Pennington in 15. Kirk Hall running in 3rd. And right behind Kirk Hall, Ed Fine still hanging in there in 5th place. The car number 80, Carmen Griffin, doing a fine job out there this afternoon. As they get the track all cleared up. And Bob Pennington in 2nd place. Butch McCluskey leading them on around. Off number 4 they come. George has the yellow flag still out, trying to get everything organized. Tells them, slow up. Let's get the rest of the cars on up to you. Butch McCluskey, Bob Pennington, Kirk Hall, Ed Fine, Carmen Griffith, and John Fetter. That's how they line up. The first 6 cars of the main event. And Pamela Fetter right behind John, running 6th, 7th. 6th, 7th, 7th. All right, here they come down the back chute. McCluskey leads him on. Pennington right behind him. Ready to go green, perhaps. Yellow flag out, 72, stalled in the number 2 corner. And it's Jesse Brown, the Tucsonan, stalling out. Oh, got it going again. Let's see what happens to Jesse. Now, if he can catch back up, if George lets him stay in there, or what? What, as Mike would say. Butch McCluskey leads him around turn 3 as they push 72 into the pits. Off the number 4 corner they come, and they're on the green again. Here we go, green once again as McCluskey leads him around. Bob Pennington fighting for that number 1 position. Kirk Hall in 3rd place, followed by Ed Fine being challenged by Carmen Griffith. As McCluskey comes around number 4 corner. Bob Pennington right on his tail. Oh, they're kicking up the dust this afternoon. Car number 4 having his problems. Steve Neff on the back chute this afternoon. Steve, a great contender out here at Raven Raceway. Okay, here comes Pennington trying to put the moves on McCluskey. A battle for 1st place. Kirk Hall trying to catch up to Pennington. Around number 4 they come. 4 is going into the pits. Black flag. McCluskey sliding back and forth. Pennington trying to overtake him on the front chute. No, he cannot do it. Holy moly. As they go down the back straightaway. Butch McCluskey, Bob Pennington almost side by side. Pennington right on his rear. as he goes around turn number 4. Bob Pennington desperately trying to take McCluskey. And nope, he doesn't do it. Lap number 7 in this 20-lap event. And don't leave Kirk Hall out of this one, the car number 17, right on Pennington's rear. Car number 99 getting in the way of your leader just a little bit as McCluskey slips inside of him. Pennington running right behind McCluskey, trying ever so hard to pass him. Kirk Hall trying to get past Pennington. Sheila Van Hoff headed in toward the pits in the car number 22. Oh, what an exciting race here at the main event. McCluskey, Pennington, Hall. Ed Fine hanging in there in 4th place. As they come down the front chute, Pennington still on the tail of McCluskey. Hall still on the tail of Pennington. And the Fetters hanging in there. John in front of his wife, Pamela. Uh-oh. Look out. Look out there down the front chute. Stay off of that wall and in the inside. Pennington almost bringing her up toward the wall, but he grabbed it just in time as McCluskey moves out in front about 4-5 car lengths. McCluskey being slowed up by the car number 69. Bob Pennington trying to get his way back up. And look out there, number 1. Car 0 still in it, but almost being lapped. As they go down the back chute, Butch McCluskey still your leader. Bob Pennington, time is running out. He's going to have to make his moves pretty soon. Kirk Hall falling back just a little bit as they come down the chute. Lap 12 coming up. McCluskey, Pennington, Hall, 1, 2, 3. Son of a bitch, he almost hit the wall. Okay, your leader, Butch McCluskey, car number 36. And here comes Pennington side by side as they go into turn number 1. Pennington overtaking McCluskey, being slowed up. Pennington holding on the outside, McCluskey on the inside. Side by side almost as they go into turn number 3. McCluskey says, no, no. Oh, white flag coming up. Last lap to go as Bob Pennington is your new leader. Butch McCluskey going to have to really pour it on this last lap. McCluskey overdriving it over in turn number 2 as he's desperately trying to catch up to Pennington. Here comes the checkered flag. George has got it in hand. Pennington going wide, but he still got it. Your winner, Bob Pennington, followed by Butch McCluskey and Kirk Hall in the car number 17. Woo! Good racing this afternoon in the NASCAR division. These are some of the best races I've seen so far in this division. Whew. My goodness. Oh, what a job of driving by Bob Pennington in 15. Hey, folks, let's give him a big hand in the car number 15, Bob Pennington! And also doing a good job of driving in the car number 36, Butch McCluskey. And coming in third, Kirk Hall in the car number 17, followed by Carmen Griffith in the car number 80, unofficially. Hey, let's give him a big hand also, folks. the car number 36, doing a great job. Coming in second, Butch McCluskey. Boy, good racing. Okay, in race 1, in row 1, in the car number 1028, and sponsored by Malcolm Smith and Tough Off-Road, the car number 1028, Carlos Serrano. And Carlos Serrano has offered $100 to be split between the first 2 cars from Serrano Feeds of the first race. Thank you, Carlos.
Next in the first row is Tim Knight, car number 14 from Tucson, sponsored by Lizard Chassis and Woods Auto.
Okay, Tim. This is the guy that lost that front tire that last time?
Yep.
Yep, that's him. Okay, in the car number 1629 from Tucson, the Lizard's chassis car, sponsored by Lizard Chassis and Custom Engine, Wade's Automotives, the shop. Car number 1629, that fellow that lost his tire last time out here, Wayne Green.
And in car number 213, Jerry Foley from Tucson, sponsored by Loose Dirt, Black's Engine Dynamics, Wildcat Equipment Engineers. Jerry Foley.
Meep. Jerry got a horn in that car?
He's probably got a stereo in that car,
Yeah,
too.
really.
For 30 grand, he better have a stereo.
Yes. All right, from Tucson, in the car number 28, Jeff Hibner. Oh, Hibner, okay.
From Phoenix in car number 2, Larry Nole.
Okay, another Phoenician driver, sponsored by BF Goodrich and Dodge Tech Racer Shock. A pro rail, the car number 47, Gary Dirks.
From Tucson, from Oracle Wetmore Car Wash and Black's Engine Dynamics, car number 35, Don Colt.
All right, another Phoenix driver, sponsored by Martinson Enterprises, Action Auto. This guy has been racing 6 years and an off-road racer. The car number 57, Ed Martinson.
From Tucson, sponsored by Auto Recyclers, car number 105, Brad Campbell.
Hey, Brad's got some fans out here this afternoon. And there's that car number 1, the fellow that lost his tire earlier, sponsored by Loose Dirt Racing, Brockett Electric. Car number 1, Tony, how do you pronounce that?
Capanea.
Capanea. Hi, Tony. Tony's got a co-pilot in there. I wonder if that's his wife. She's the owner.
Another car from Tucson, sponsored by A1 VW Repair. Car number 61, John Hitchcock.
Okay, and the car number 22, sponsored by Off-Road Buggy and Astrolite, Mike Williams. And bringing up the rear, who do we have?
We got
Brad?
another Foley Tile Incorporated central alarm car. Car number 107, Tom Foley.
And there you have it. The field for this next race in the off-road vehicles. Oh, we got quite a few out there. Let's see. 14 cars, Brad, and
a lot of competition.
A lot of competition. They look pretty evenly matched, most of them. Let's see what happens, huh?
Sure, some pretty cars out there. Look at that Serrano car and that.
Oh yeah.
They got a chance to wash them between races, I guess.
A lot of money sitting out there. A lot of time and effort. Oh, look at that guy trying to jump the gun there. Oh, there they go.
It looks like Jeff Hibner off to an early lead there. He thinks he's in a midget again. Look at that 213 car coming around there.
Yes,
whoa.
banging and smacking. And
it gets tight in them corners with all them cars, Jack.
Hey, fella, I don't think you can make it over that big white tire. You might make it over one of them small ones. And it gets real tight, and they wet it down a little bit more, so it's a little bit sloppy out there this time. Let's see. I don't know if we could even call a leader at this time.
Got 3 of them.
Got 3 of them. And they're jumping up.
Looks like Gary Dirks going out in front there.
Yes, and Larry Nole's trying to make his way up there, too, boy.
Oh,
look at that. Whoa! Beautiful. Up and away.
Them 2 guys didn't come all the way down from Phoenix just to play around.
That's right. They mean business out there. Okay, our leader. Who is that?
Gary Dirks from
Gary
Phoenix.
Dirks.
Another Phoenician, as you call him.
I understand 2 and 47 are teammates out there this afternoon.
They're teaming up on him, all right.
They're teaming up on him, all right.
Tim Knight running 3rd now. Whoops. Don Colt sneaking in there in 3rd place. Going to catch him a Phoenician.
So our leader, the car number 47, Gary Dirks, followed by the car number 2, Larry Nole, and Don Colt, I guess, is running 3rd, Dan. Let me check out here. Who's that guy running right next to Colt?
Number 14, Tim Knight.
Yep, Tim Knight.
Like 47 going out with a right rear tire, no good.
Uh-oh, look out, Larry. Larry getting hung up there on that hairpin coming out of that corner, but bringing her back out there. And Larry, our current leader, as what happened to 47? Is he out?
Gary Dirks is out with a flat tire.
Out with a flat.
Don Colt going to sneak up on him a little here.
Whoa, man. Look at them guys.
Looks like Brad Campbell having a little bit of trouble right here in front. Right there in the 105 car.
Brad looks like he may be out of this one.
Larry Nole slowing down a little bit. I wonder if Don Cole will have a little time to catch. Oh, well, so much for that.
He slowed up there. It sort of seemed like he died out or something, but he got it back together. Now he's moving and grooving. Let's see how he does when he heads up over this turn. Oh, man, that must hurt. That's rough on the cajones.
That's a tire for balls. It's a slag.
Uh-oh, looks like our leader got tied up a little bit. Now he's coming out of it.
No, he's coming out, but he's in a little traffic there.
Oh, another flat tire on car 107. Looks like one of the Foleys has got a tire problem.
Oh, there's a guy trying to go all around the wrong way.
Another tire jumper.
Another tire jumper. That is not as easy as it looks out there. Okay, now that guy right there that just came down that front straightaway, he didn't go over that jump. Does he get penalized or anything for that? He didn't do it on purpose. Well, he sort of looked like he did, but I don't know.
I don't think so.
If he does it every time, I imagine he might.
He spent as much time going around it as he would have jumping it, so.
Here comes a guy down the center, headed toward the ambulance. Look out, ambulance. And your leader, currently still, Larry Nole in at car number 2. And what do we have? Don Colt running second in 35?
Yep.
The only guy out there. And not really giving Larry much of a challenge. But he's trying. And if Larry gets into some traffic, Don just might be able to catch up to him a little bit.
Got a lot of tire problems out there today. Tires are just not made for this, Jack.
Oh! No, I imagine they're not. I mean, surely these fellas need a front end alignment every hour. Look at that. How do they hold these automobiles together? I don't know. Henry Ford ought to be out here watching this, what he created. Uh-oh. That guy coming around's got a flat, huh? Yep, he sure does. Dan, Brad, they seem to drive their hearts out there. I'll tell you, are they quite exhausted after something like this?
You wouldn't believe it.
Yes.
It takes really good physical shape to drive one of these courses because you get beat. You really do. If you're not in good shape, you won't last 5 laps.
Is that right? Well, I wouldn't even last 2 laps. Although with all this air conditioning up here in the press box, I've lost up another 5 pounds this weekend.
There's number 1, all 4 tires up. He's looking good. Leader's still Larry Nole. He's really putting a lot of distance between him and Don Colt.
And I noticed Larry Nole as he came over this jump on the front straightaway. When he came down, just like that fellow there in 57, when he came down, he comes down on 1 tire. He came down on that right front tire. That must really be brutal to that suspension. But I imagine they have a couple of shocks up there.
Well,
trying to take up some of the slack.
If you'll watch the suspension, these cars they've got so much wheel travel and they're so limber they can do that.
Yes. Look at that. Oh. And I imagine sometimes the car goes on top of the other one over these jumps.
I've seen it happen.
Yes. Okay, Larry's looks like he's getting into a little traffic there. But 35 is still back. Oh, Larry's getting spun out. Nope. Look at that. Boy, what good driving. Larry spun out about halfway around and just brought her back out. That's excellent driving. And that gives 35 a chance to creep up, a little bit, and he's starting to make a little move. And the checker flag is out, and looks like Larry Nole's got her.
There's our winner, Larry Nole.
There's our winner, Larry Nole. Followed by that 35 car, Don Colt. Don doing a fine job. And Don's had it. He's going into the pits to get some Gatorade or something. It's got to be hot in those vehicles out there. No windshield, right? Just some screen mesh.
If that.
And how about the engine? Is it pushing a lot? Well, the engines are in the rear of these things, aren't they?
You don't get any engine heat in the driver compartment, but it's still pretty hot in those
Still
cars.
pretty warm. They wearing fire suits, these fellas?
Yeah, most all of them drive with the Nomex fire suits.
That's hot enough right there. Hey, there's your winner. Let's give him a big hand, folks. The car number 2, Larry Nole. That's fine. We can see. We can eyeball it the way they're doing it.
And our first car is John Nole from Tucson. Now, you'll notice John was the one that had skid plate problems last time. He's sponsored by Tough Off-Road, and I guess the name fits, huh?
Tough Off-Road John.
Number 33, John Nole.
Oh, just put my glasses on. They're hot. Okay. Who's that guy? There he is. In the car number 569, we have, I don't know, because I don't have a name for this guy, but welcome to Raven Raceway, and we'll get your name next time. Sorry.
556.
Next car from Tucson, Tough Off-Road and Cannon Grading, number 556, Newt Campbell.
Okay, Pete Gannon was in at 569. Thank you very much. Pete Gannon. Okay, in the car number 554 is Arthur Roper, Butch Roper, sponsored by Roper's Welding.
Next car, number 57 from Phoenix, is John Martinson, sponsored by Martinson Enterprises.
Okay, in the car number 617, sponsored by Gary's Auto Service, a sportsman, Robert Giblin. Good old Robert.
And the next car from Tucson, Jeff Hibner. Can't really read the sponsor with all the dirt on the side. I believe it's Brockett Enterprises.
Okay, in the car number 559 from Tucson, and sponsored by Lizard's Chassis, car 559, Larry Fedito. And so there you have it. The last event here in the off-road guys here at Raven Raceway, and this is going to be an interesting race. We've got a couple of those, I call them the rails, or the buggies, along with those love bugs, or Volkswagens. All those Volkswagens running Volkswagen engines, right?
Most all of them. Some of the buggies are running live. The only other car with a non-Volkswagen engine is number 33 rail. There they go.
There they go.
John Martinson off in the lead. Ooh. Number 617 giving him a little trouble there.
Oh, man.
617 taking it over. Looks like they're going to fight for it back and forth a little while. Look at that bug jumping in there. 559. Larry Vivitow.
And Larry always doing a fine job out here at Raven Raceway.
I think he ran with a couple flats last time I was out here, if I'm not mistaken. Now, that car out in the lead has got a little Volkswagen Rabbit engine in it. He does a real fine job with that thing. Another one down from Phoenix.
That's John Martinson. And Robert Giblin running second and being challenged by Larry Vivitow. And Larry Vivitow in second place now.
That's Jeff Hibner right behind him in car 28, trying to keep it straight. John Martinson got a real good lead on him now. Looks like number 617's got his problems. He's out of the car. He might be out of the race.
So Martinson, your leader, and trying to catch up to him, Vivitow. And who's that in third place?
That's Jeff Hibner right behind him.
Jeff Hibner.
That little red Baja bug does a real good job against those buggies, I'll tell you.
Yes, he sure does. But he's going on the outside, being overtaken by Hibner?
Yep, Jeff Hibner. He's a midget driver, him and his brother John.
But Vivitow says no, and gets back alongside of him only to lose it in the hairpin. And Hibner trying to catch up to Martinson. And he's got a way to go as Martinson is looking very good. Clean and green out there in the center of the track. But 28, that's Hibner.
Jeff Hibner.
Jeff Hibner is looking pretty good himself. And if Martinson can get in some traffic and Hibner lucks out a little bit, he just might catch up if there's enough time.
Looks like John Nault's out there running pretty good. He's not.
Uh-oh!
I shouldn't have said anything.
Man, oh man, John Nault, 33, looking pretty good until you open your mouth.
That's it. I'll shut my mic off right now.
No, keep it on, Brad. You're doing fine. Let's see what he does now. Boy, that must be a thrill going over those hills and jumps. Uh-oh. Larry Vitito hanging in there.
Hibner's closing in. Not a whole lot, but he's closing in. He's catching up a little bit.
Yes, he is. And like I said before, when Martinson runs into a little traffic, that's going to slow him up a little bit. If Hibner can get on up there, make for an interesting race. Here later, John Martinson in 57, and Hibner trying to catch up to him. Slipping and sliding away, and he's doing a fine job, too. He's running about 8 seconds behind him. But Martinson out of traffic now and holding his own. And Hibner getting into a little traffic, but now he's out of traffic and desperately trying to catch up to Martinson. As Martinson squeezes in and out of the hairpin.
Looks like.
Oh my goodness, there's a rollover.
John Nault again at number 33. He's testing out that roll cage. I hope he's okay.
So do I. Flipping it over. John Nault, 33, turning over, coming out of the hairpin. And lucky we're not giving away rollover trophies because we'd be going broke this afternoon with him out here. Okay, that wasn't very funny, but I thought I'd say it anyway. Okay, John Nault back on all fours and back into the race with your current leader, John Martinson.
Jeff Hibner's got problems over there, and just before the hairpin there.
Is he stalled out over there? Looks like he is. Is that Hibner over there, Brad?
Yeah, that's number 28, Jeff Hibner.
And Hibner is really going to fall back now. Even if he gets it started, it's going to be hard to catch up to Martinson. And the fellows out there trying to get him started, giving him a shove. And the yellow flag is out in that corner only. And that's how they handle this off-road situation. They'll have a flag man out there and just stick the yellow flag out in one particular part of the racetrack.
Just giving the checkered flag to John Martinson.
John Martinson wins it. And John had her just about from the beginning. Your leader and winner, 57, John Martinson. John Martinson. Driving his heart out this afternoon.
Hibner back in the race a little late, but nonetheless back in the race.
Back in the race. And Hibner would have had second place had he not, I don't know what happened to him out there, Brad. He just either died out, overdrove it, something. and just couldn't get it started again.
It's Larry Vitito stopping in the front there. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to see what the scorecards look like, but I believe Larry ran second place.
That's Bob Pennington at one.
Oh, okay.
Need the trophy girl out front. Trophy girl. There she is.
Come on, Dave, this is 2 weeks in a row. Or you get, when you're playing, anyway, this is Vanessa, the trophy girl. Bob, I gotta do this.
Yes, you do.
Hold that for you. Side right.
Turn around the camera.
You're nervous or not?
Doing that the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Stand on the other side. This side, either side.
This was the first points race for the Chargers. Bob Pennington, looks like you're our point leader. I know what the sponsor is. Gary Zoe. Why did you get out not running the record today? You get the race stuff. We're going to talk to Gary about this. I can see that right now.
I got to keep it running, that's all.
Oh. Anyway, then we're going to move on to the off-road cars.
Where it is. Out.
Arizona. First place winner in the sportsman division. Good show today. Who's the sponsors on the car?
Phoenix Action Auto and Harley.
Well, I'm real happy to see so many Phoenix guys coming down. I think we came just for Friday night. I think we're going to know all the good course out here on Friday nights, and I think the competition will really get stiff out here. So thanks for coming down, Raven Raceway. We appreciate it. First place winner in the sportsman.
Albert, where's Albert?
Second place trophy.
Second place.
You can stay.
Grab a second. Those guys are bashful.
Ruben Frederico. I've known this guy for a long time, but I just really recognize him.
Turn around.
Turn around. Come on, Ruben.
Ruben Frederico, second place in the sportsman division. Who's the sponsors on the car, Ruben? Booster Racing and Brockmorton Electric. Okay. Booster Racing and Brockmorton Electric, second place.
Albert, next. Albert.
First place right here. 516.
Where?
What's next, Albert?
First place.
This is my favorite here. This is Larry Bissoff, class 16, 100 miles. I really like this class. I think it's this class will grow real good. I think we'll see a lot of excellent competition out there. You guys may not have the speed for everything, but you definitely have the excitement. So. And you got passengers riding around here too. And I don't know what that's going on, but everybody does enjoy that. I ran all off-road for about 3 years, but I know being a passenger is probably harder than being a driver most of the time, right? Nah, come on. Let's scare the heck out of them guys. Anyway, this is first place in the Fome 1600 class.
A little bit closer together. All we got left is the main event.
Just one, right?
Right here, the main event winner.
Where's those go?
Who's handing them out? Charlie's in good shape.
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, you bring it down.
He's one of the other guys that aren't here.
We do appreciate it here. I think we get to the Friday night, we get the big crowds here. I think you guys will be real appreciative too to come down here. Maybe we can develop some real good personalities for you guys. You know, we really have a lot of fun around this track, and we'll be coming down Friday night since we're not out of the city. I think in designing the track, I think the guys have been doing a heck of a job, and we've made some changes this week. Did you notice them yourself? You know, they set the jumps up on Dagger a little bit, and they're a little bit dusty, and Friday night comes around to the thing, especially because we're having a fun hole out there. That's what it's all about. It's great, but that's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. If you want to walk down here and look at some of these cars, there's some back tips, otherwise you can come down to the pit area and check them out and feel welcome. Thanks for coming. And thank you, Dave Mayer, once again. Thank you, all you guys. One of the races this afternoon, and all the people here about the racing. Hey, don't forget. See, that's the sportsman's They don't take them off the race accident here at Raven Raceway. James Johnson is down in the booth right now.
Darrly.